evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder adventures. We have another adventure in this heroic series that seems like it's not that bad. Like, the first two were, like, crazy. I was like, holy shit, what's gonna go down now? But then the third one wasn't bad, and this fourth one's not bad either. So basically, all of the rules are the same. About there being two villains. The first one does not escape, so you do not need to temp close locations when you're fighting the first villain. You just we just kill it. And then after the second villain is defeated, and that one does need to be cornered, you you have someone else at the location fight the first villain again. The only thing that changes here for the heroic version is just that whenever you're fighting a villain or a henchman, you subtract one from each die rolled. Now, it's definitely hard. It makes the check harder, but it's not like everybody's taking more damage, and all the characters are so strong, and we're pretty much overpowering everything anyway, so I feel like it's okay that this shouldn't be that hard. Again, as soon as I say that, I'm sure that I'm going to just get horribly crushed, but I am optimistic, whether I jinx myself or not. Here we have, when you acquire a spell, item, or blessing, bury a card. That's actually not a big deal, because there is no place here that has like bajillions of blessings in it. That's really the one time when it's so annoying to have that particular thing. Is when there's a location that has tons of blessings and you could normally like bliss through it. Anyway, we got these tyrant trolls, which are tough. There's only 3 of them, thankfully, but you do need the fire or acid trait to kill them. I have a fair bit of that. Sione has innate fire ability. Lem has a couple of acid arrows. We got Poog hanging around. We got an incendiary cloud. So we got some options. Okay, then we got these Warrens, which is always a pest of a situation. So, Sagen might go here. He does have the Fortitude skill. It's a d6 plus 2. Valeros isn't bad there either. Valeros rolls just d8 for Constitution. I think we're probably just going to have Sione go there because she's good at that. Is there any place Lem can go is the question. Definitely not. Oh, Valeros has to go here, right? Valeros has to go there because he's the only one who can get that really high strength check. Okay, so we'll have Sagen go to the other monster heavy place. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have... Yeah, I'm more concerned about the deeper dungeons than the giant lair because the deeper dungeons have 2 barriers in them, so that's just like a little bit of an extra opportunity for annoyance. I'm going to have Sione and Lem both start here, just in case one of them has their augury in the opening hand so that they can augur this place. And then Kira, I think, will go to the Desecrated Vault because she can close it. I don't like how many monsters are there, but there's no way to avoid monsters. Maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe I can have her go here. There's some barriers she gets wrecked by, but yeah, let's have her get rid of the mountain peak. That seems fine. Okay, we'll just, yeah, this is actually a good order to have my 2 people who are fishing for augury go before Sagen goes. Okay, so this is a tough set of locations. Tragically, no augury here, so Sione just goes off to the Thessalonian dungeon, empty-handed. And let's start the party. This is not a +1 though. It's just a regular old spike chain. It's not the treasure chest spike chain +1, so we're gonna get rid of it. Troubadour doesn't really have any value here, so we're gonna discard it for an extra explorer. Fighting an ogre here. Let me think about this. So normally I would just play the Scorching Ray, but there are those henchmen that need fire. And of course I can always discard a card for fire, but I feel like I might as well just do this. So I need an 8 on these dice. If I roll a 13, I do have this hero power that lets me, it would allow me to bury a card to succeed. Alright, we drew another card, and let's see. I don't need any charisma here. I do have Papa Xantus to heal myself. If I didn't have Papa Xantus, I wouldn't do this, but because I've got him, I might as well just keep on going. Teleport. Discard this card to move any number of characters at your location to one other location. Interesting. That could come in handy, but I don't think I'm going to keep it. I just don't have enough utility slots. It's not like my Ezrin game or something. At the end of any turn, interesting. Well, I'm not going to be using it here, so we'll just leave that alone. And I am going to use this other blessing to explore as well, just again because I have Father Xantus and I just want to use it. So, unfortunately, no henchmen at the top here. Got some armor that I don't think is actually useful. We're going to just bury Papa Xantus here to just get this out of my system. And it does waste a couple of points of healing. I am also, I'm going to hang on to that armor. I might want to cast a fireball with it. And I'll just be happy to banish it if I do find something that hurts me. Okay, Lem also did not get his augury. So where's he going to go? I mean, he could just go help somebody out. He can close the Thessalonian dungeon. We could just go there, help close it sooner. I don't have a combat spell here, however. Crudsickles. I don't really want to fight anything at this point. Well, I do have Incendiary Cloud, and of course my usual Lemish awesomeness. Yeah. Why don't we go to the Thessalonian dungeon, because there's not many monsters left here. And I'm just going to explore one time. Hopefully it's not a monster. It's a monster. Crud. If he doesn't have the magic trait, it's undefeated. Well, I cannot get the magic trait added to this, I do not believe, because my fists are not magical. This thing does not add the magic trait. Oh, it's just the cold trait. Damn. It's one of those rare cases where the absence of the magic trait is shockingly significant. Well, luckily he can make the divine check real easy here. So I'm actually, you know what, I'm not even gonna bother recharging a card to beat this, because what does that really do for me? It doesn't do anything. I can block the damage with my medallion. So we'll just... Okay, so it shunted me over to the giant lair, and I'm definitely not going to explore here because that'd be scary. So we're going to pass. It sucks that I don't have a combat spell still, but I'll deal with it. I really should just not be clever. I should really just, with Lem, just always take the weapon. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and blow our load here against this mammoth. Do I explore again? It would be a little dicey if I found a monster. But I'm going to. I gotta spend these cards. If I, find a monster, I find a monster. Explosive runes. Alright, let me think about this. Because I don't have to make this. It is going to get banished. Unfortunately, 2d4 is likely to be more than what I can handle with my Amulet of Life. Wait a minute, but it's fire damage. I am ignoring some of that, aren't I? How much am I ignoring here? What's my dodge at? Oh, is it really just at 1? Shit. I prioritized hand size before dodge, didn't I? Shoot. How am I only at 1 with dodge, though? Let's see. Oh, right, because I spent 3 power feats on the hand size. And I had to waste a power feat getting this stupid magic strike. So I'm only at dodge. Okay, let's think about this carefully. So if I roll 8, I'm, really screwed. That's not likely on 2d4, but, 7 and 6 isn't that unlikely. I'm taking 5. Yeah, it's not good. I have to make this. So, okay, Black Arrow Ranger, help me out, bud. I need to roll a 7. Anybody got a Blessing of Callistria? It does recharge right here. Yes! Bingo! And it adds 2 dice as well, so we should be safe now. And then, unfortunately, I don't get any bonuses for beating that one. But it's fine, I can get back my Troubadour. I don't see any reason for Wisdom here, so we're just going to actually discard the headband. He's basically just holding on to it till everybody can get another card feat. I really hope there's a card feat at the end of this adventure. I can't remember if there is, but I really hope so, because I desperately frickin' need it. Magic-studded leather. That just seems... Really, why is that a deck 3 item? It just seems like total crap. Weird. Okay. Anyway, it's gone now, and we're gonna scout with our little scout lady. Battered chest. Well, Valeros is the man for this, so if anyone's gonna do it, it's him. He auto-succeeds. We get more new items! Yay! Items! Woo! Items! Need more items. Yes. Luckily, I think this is all junk, isn't it? Wait, what is this? Ooh! Amulet of Fiery Fist. My fiance always played as Sage Am when we played this game, and she was always trying to get this amulet. She never actually did. But this is actually pretty handy here, because it lets Valeros have the fire trait. I mean, he's going to have to bare fist those trolls, but... Yeah, I'm actually going to get rid of several of these things. I messed up. I should have explored again with my Troubadour. I don't know why I didn't. That was actually pretty foolish. Oh, I'd love to have that headband here. That would make these starting checks auto-succeeds. Bummer dog. Alright, this is a really good barrier. I actually could take that Orb of Storms and just take the damage. Oh, God. Whose deck is this going to fit in? And what am I going to... I'm going to have to throw out my other, Masterwork tools, basically, to keep this. Fuck it. We're doing it. We're just doing it. So that means I do take some damage. But I got armor. So if I hadn't had the armor, I obviously would not have done that. So here we go. We're going to bury this armor. And I'm going to recharge my Blessing of Sarenrae to go again. Hey, okay, so this is a henchman. And I have to succeed at an Arcane or Divine 10 check to play combat spells. Well, I think that's probably worth doing. Let me think about that. What is this? This is Gazra, Egypt. I don't think I've got any Gazras. But, yeah. Why don't we go for it? Let me think about... Oh, hang on. We got strength. I could just spike chain. You know what? Screw it. We're going to use this orb. And we're going to pop out... Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Hang on. Every villain slash henchman has -1 per die. So Spike Chain and the Orb are actually kind of annoying here because they really like diminish. Yeah, we're gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to use this Holy Light. So I need a little bit of help with this because right now I've got like a, what is it? I fail on a 3, so I have like a 25% chance of failure. Let's use a Blessing of Challenge to throw 2 dice on it. Pretty much guarantee it. Okay, yep, there we go. Okay, so now I'm doing that to this guy. I need to roll a 13, and it's going to keep getting smaller and smaller because the more stuff I add. But this is 2 more dice. So I need a 15. My expected result is like 19.5, 26.5 to the 15. I feel like we're fine. I don't even think I even need that Frost Longbow here. Yeah, we're just going to roll this. I can get a 15 on these dice. Famous last words? No, got it. Okay, this is good. So we're going to try to recharge the Holy Light here. Not quite an auto succeed, but close. And I need to now close this place. I do have a 1 in 12 chance of failing here. So someone's got to give me something. Unfortunately, no one's got anything that recharges. No one has any Gazras. So Lem will just use his other blessing. The reason I want to use cards with Lem is simply that I want him to get to that Emerald Codex. I really want to put that Emerald Codex to use because I really hyped it up. And I gave it to Lem, and then of course Lem just spent his first turn not playing any cards. Alright, we're not going to use Restoration. Yeah, I guess we're fine. We'll just keep this. And Scout. Okay, what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to scout the Warrens. Just in case there is something here that we can get rid of, like that isn't a monster, it'd be good to do. Like this cat, for example. We can just have, like, Lem go over there and just get rid of that stupid cat, and then I'd be better off. Alright, there's Augury. I think I do want to cast it first before exploring. Alright, well, it ain't that great. But at least we get the Spectre out of the way, so it was sort of like a free explore. I was hoping to find the Henchman, is what I was hoping for here. But I do get to draw a card for playing Osri. Got a Blessing of Aristil, nice. Charm Person comes along. I don't remember if spells are one of the things that buries. Yes, it is. You know what, though? We'll just bury this armor. Because, honestly, I want to do this Charm Person since there's a pretty decent chance that it will give me an extra Explore. Scribe. 2d6 to your Diplomacy or Knowledge. That might actually be a keeper. There's the Tyrant Troll. This is perfect because I got Scorching Ray. I need to roll a 13 on these dice. What am I looking at? 7, 13.5. Yeah, I need a little bit more juice. So there's a couple ways I can get it. I don't want to use the wand. I could use the Grizzled Mercenary for just an extra d8. We can pop the Orb of Storms. If Lem has something, it'd be good to do. Incendiary Cloud. I definitely don't want to use Incendiary Cloud until someone really needs the fire trait. Same for Poog. So we're going to, I think, just use the Frost Longbow here. Get a d4 plus 1, and then that should just tip me enough to feel comfortable with it. Alright, the d4 didn't make a difference, but it was sort of close. Alright, let's recharge that. Get a new card, shuffle the bow. And close location. Auto succeed. Very nice. Oh my god, that is like my biggest regret in all of my Pathfinder videos so far, is that last video where I did not take item feats for everybody. I took other stuff that, was useful, but then the very next scenario I get like a bunch of items. Well, I need to survive this scenario, and then at the end of the next one, I believe there's a card feat for the adventure that is given. So I believe I'm going to be okay. Now, I don't want to discard the Troubadour to explore again here because, or the cat for that matter, because I don't want to find a monster and have a monster go on top of a deck, especially because I can't even fight effectively here. What I'm going to do here is we're just going to discard the cat and the Troubadour and this toad, and then I'm just going to cast Major Cure on myself. Ah, fucking, I cannot draw an Emerald Codex to save my life. Oh my god, that Emerald Codex, such a great card, never ever shows up in any sort of reasonable time frame. I'm going to recharge this Archer. Not that I care that much about Major Cure being recharged, but I really, really just want to use up my cards and get that Emerald Codex. For fuck's sake. Alright, let's see. We're going to Sagen, do that. Grazul! Alright, if it doesn't have either the Acid or Fire trait, he's undefeated. Balls! That's annoying. So I guess we're going to have to use one of our things. We're going to use Poog. Sagen will do it on himself to give himself the fire trait. Let me see. I need a 10 here. I'm just trying to see if I can, like, explore again. That would be very foolhardy. We'll just go wild here and then not explore again. Grazul. Oh, that's actually from deck 3. Interesting. So it starts in deck 3 with this fire or acid stuff. Okay, Rat Swarm. It's not an auto succeed. I have to hit a 12. But I think just revealing the spike chain makes it pretty easy to hit a 12 here. I'd have to roll a 1 on everything for that thing to not be defeated. Troubadour is clearly useless here. Let's get rid of it. Favor of Shalyn. I wouldn't mind having this. The problem is picking it up. I need to roll Wisdom, and that's kind of tough here. So I can actually recharge this to add 1d4. Nobody's got any Wisdom blessings at the moment. Nope. This isn't worth it. This scenario is tricky enough that I don't want to go crazy picking up that thing. It's just like a slightly better version of the regular Blessing of Shalyn. I'm going to recharge my armor, trying to find more blessings and stuff. Found one. Got a lot of weapons now. Okay, so Kira Bobira, I think she's going to go here because she's good at closing the Desecrated Vault. She does have a weapon in hand at least, so she can do some fighting. And, she'll need to. Yikes. What's this? Oh, D4 to any check by character or location. Okay, so we're going to start by doing the spike chain. Keep in mind that every die thrown here is at -1. So then we're going to do that. And I'm going to pop this Orb of Storms out, I guess, because I really need the help. And we gotta help this lady out. Anybody got any free stuff? No one's got a Blessing of Desna. I think we're going to go for a Lemma Stu here, because she's in some rough straits. I need to roll an 18 on these dice. I'm rolling, let's see, 7, 14, plus 10 is 24 to hit an 18 with 8 dice. That's a lot of variance. Oh my god, that was close. Probably needed more help than what I thought. Oh no, I had a spike chain, so I could actually reroll everything. Yeah, it would have been fine. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on. It's at your location. Maybe I should have Lem go to Kira and then have her cast Restoration on him so that we can get that freaking Emerald Codex out. We don't need knowledge or diplomacy here. So this is the wrong thing. This isn't knowledge or diplomacy. This is divine. Oh, right. That's actually, That would be nice later on when she's fighting with her spells, but we're down a third of our time and not much is closed. I gotta go. I gotta get a move on. Alright, this is annoying that I take the damage, but we'll discard the mask. And we're gonna pop Spike Chain. Yeah, we're fine here, because we can reroll if this somehow fails to get a 6. Right, the Orb of Storms are handy there, too. Okay, so we're going to just pass here. Try to recharge the Orb. Not really an auto-success range, because I don't have my Headband of Wisdom. So got some dex struggles, for sure. Okay, so we have one location closed. Good lord. No, 2 locations. Well, this isn't the best place for Sione to go, but I guess she's going here because it's the only place left. Keep in mind, there's 2 villains. The first one you do not need to corner. You just need to corner the second one. This is fine, right? Nothing scary about that. Oh, it's just dialogue. Enga Kavecius, a story person. Humans? What? Alrighty. Okay. Well, oh yeah, I remember that from the last series. It doesn't even have any character-specific dialogue. Anywho, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to do our fireball thing here. And I think because of that, I'm going to pop the wand. I want to make sure I can kill this thing. And with every die being, every die thrown adds another -1. I think it's worth it to, what the Where's my Wand of Enervation? Oh, yeah, it's still bugged. The Wand of Enervation. Oh, no, it worked. Never mind. The combat's showing 10 now. Okay, never mind. I'm good. I'm not mad. I ain't mad. Anybody got I think somebody had an Iomade. Yeah, this is rechargeable right here. And this should be fine. I need to roll a 7 on 2d12 and a d6. Yeah, that should be fine. That's actually a little light. What was I thinking? That was definitely on the light end of things. Probably should have played, like, the Mercenary or just some other thing. Anyway, we gotta now recharge a card. Yeah, this is annoying. Shoot. I gotta recharge another card now, and then I gotta fight this Bandit Henchman. Also at -1 because, he's a henchman, technically. We're going to get rid of, let's see, I think agility is less useful here. Hope I'm not wrong about that. And now we gotta get some help out here. So we're going to pop a Pharasma Blessing. So I need an 11 on these dice. I'll recharge a Sarin Ray to get another D12 going, just to be safe. Oh my goodness! 3 1s on my D12. Wow. Well, that was very close. Luckily, we do close this, and there's nothing that great there. The Legion armor's all right. You know, the Legion armor's pretty good. It's actually pretty good, especially for Kira to have, because that has a D12. So I'll come back here if I have some extra time later on, but it's not a top priority yet. Now, this is actually perfect timing because Sione just picked up scrying. So what we can do is we can actually scry the Warrens, and then just put more of that stuff on the bottom. Alright, there's a ranger stash, which would have been good. There's a troll, which is nice to avoid. You know what? I guess Lem's not going to explore here, is he? That would suck to find the monster or the henchman there. So yeah, there's no point in that. But it was good to do scrying. I mean, it was good to do it for later. Was it, though? Oh, no, I messed up. I'm sorry. There's no point, because even though the first villain doesn't escape, the second villain does escape. And it's not likely I'm going to close all of the other locations. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to where Kira is. Lem can also close this location. He auto-succeeds at closing it. And when Kira casts her restoration on him, she might get him to draw into the Emerald Codex, but no, of course, that is the very motherfucking bottom card of his entire goddamn deck, so, okay. They're both at 3, so Major Cure is not a good target for either of them, I don't think. Yeah, we'll just have Lem explore. Flask of Shock. Alright, so this is one of those where you banish it or you can discard it, so but it's a 2d6. That's really solid. I don't need this cat. So, yeah, we'll take our chances. I might roll a 3. It's possible on those 2 dice, and then I'd miss it by 1, but that's all good. Okay, so I gotta bury one thing. I'm not gonna bury my combat spell, so I will bury this for this scenario. Can I please, just please get my Emerald Codex? Just, can I please? Oh, this is perfect! Oh, I can recharge another card. Let's recharge the medallion. Just to increase those odds of getting that Codex. Ooh, bad roll. Fail the recharge. Please. Oh my god, it's the bottom. It like literally is must be the bottom card, right? What is left? Like the Necklace of Fireballs and an Emerald Codex. There's like nothing in my deck. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, Lem, I think we'll just cast Augury here at his own location. Alright, we got a villain there. I would say that's actually good to know. So this is the first villain, and the first one does not need to be cornered. So we could just go for it right there with whoever's turn it is. It's Sejan's turn. I'm going to keep recharging my shit. Yeah, screw this. I don't need this light crossbow. Pff, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to keep recharging it so that on Lem's next turn he gets that Codex for the final 2 seconds of the scenario. So yeah, I'm going to have Sejan go over and just do a special hit job on the villain there. Just to get that out of the way. And then, yeah, that means when I find the second villain, then the Warrens are going to get shuffled. So, yeah, I wasted Sione's scrying because I did not think that through correctly. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Lamias are... That's actually a pretty good line from Sejan, like most serpents. Like any serpent, it's better to... Okay, so I don't know why it gives you the option to close stuff. I guess if you want to, like, spend some of your resources or something. But it's obviously pointless since we don't need to for... the first villain. Alright, Lem is going to keep on recharging cards. Yep. Let's recharge a blessing. Alright, so I think I can roll a 23 on this, but let's just see if I have anything rechargeable. Nope, nope. Nope. Aha! There's a couple of D10s. At a recharge, boom, shakalaka. Oh my god, that was really close. Do you see how many 2s, 3s, and 4s there were? Oh my lord, that was like 8 D10s, and every single one was a 2, 3, or a 4. That was baloney. Alright, we get to recharge the Medusa Mask. Is that every character? Does every character get to do that? Oh, I guess most of them didn't have any items in their discard. Right. Okay, so now the next villain does need to be cornered. And no one's currently covering the Warrens. Unfortunately. Oh, this is so good. But it's another item. Oh, fuck me sideways. Alright, we're getting this. This is just so good. I can't not get it. This is to close a location, and this is Melania Trump, which I don't actually have. Anybody got an intelligence blessing? No, we got a Norgerberger. So we're going to do that. And you know what? I'm not going to spend more because that's getting a little risky. I might very well fail this. In fact, I failed by 1. Fuck. Well, it's not the end of the world. I mean, that is a great card, to be fair. But I don't know. I think sending more resources there would have been a little bit dicey. So, Kira, I guess we'll just cast Major Cure on... No. I get more total healing done if I cast it on the other person. So we'll cast it on Lem, waste a bit of healing on Lem, just 1. And then the nice thing about that is that now Lem can recharge yet another card. And keep on fishing for that Emerald Codex that I know he freaking has. Alright, so Kira, no combat spells, but she does have a weapon. Does she have she has the Fortitude skill, doesn't she? Has actually the Fortitude skill. She's actually fine here. It's not great, but it's fine. And plus there's a 1 in 3 chance there's the villain in here anyways. This thing we've seen before, it's not worth it, so we'll just roll and fail. And I hope she gets one of her combat spells. Man, she needs a 3rd combat spell really bad. 2 is just not cutting it. Although now that her wisdom has been maxed out, she's going to be putting skill feats into strength, so I guess it's going to work out okay. Sione has nowhere to go. She's not good at that. And she's not good at that. Crud, I guess she's going to the Warrens. She could have also kept going, but she's not good at picking up the Legion armor. Yeah, there's just nothing good here. So, okay, we get another card out of the way here. Cheap, crappy weapon. I could explore again with the Grizzled Mercenary, but I don't want to discard a card to have to fight monsters. So yeah, I drew into a spell. That's good. So Lem's up. Lem's not good at any of this stuff either, so I guess he's going to the Warrens. I guess at most only 2 monsters are going to get added, so it should be fine. Unless we get one of those, unless we get that barrier that makes everybody fight a henchman, in which case it'll just be a good old fun time. Alright, Potion of Healing. Is it useful? It actually is useful. I'm going to recharge one of my acid arrows to try to pick this thing up. In fact, I have very good odds. It was only 1 in 24 chance of failing. And then I have to bury a card. Oh, crud. I can't bury my other spell. Nope, that was stupid. Forgot I had to bury a card for that. But anyway, I recharged another card, so I'm going to get that Emerald Codex now, right? You've got to be. I went through my whole deck. Did I not go through my whole deck? Oh my god. Kira cured Lem. And that shuffled his deck. And the Emerald Codex fucking stayed on the bottom. Oh my god. I'm so mad. Fucking Emerald Codex. Alright, well, Sajan's going to go back to here. Because he's good at closing that place. Invasion plans. That's, I mean, yeah, that's worth spending resources on, I guess. I mean, it's kind of tough to get, but I think someone had some wisdom blessings somewhere, didn't they? Nope, nope. Nope. Ah, there it is. Yep. Oh, she has the anti-barrier blessing as well. Too bad Sajan does not have his headband here. You know what? I'm just going to roll this. If it's not a 13, it's not a 13. But I think I spent as much as I was willing to spend on that, because it's an auto-banish barrier anyway. So I can put this shit back in any order. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the Rat Swarm on the top. And Sajan will now discard Jakardros and fight this thing. I need to make sure I hit at least a 12. Let me think about this, actually. Actually, a 13. At least a 13. So I think just this Black Arrow Ranger should be enough to clinch it. I need to roll an 8 on these 4 dice. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll kill that, and then we're going to leave 2 friendly cards for whoever's there next, who doesn't really want to do any fighting, which I think is Kira, so yeah. Valeros is over here, struggling to make ends meet. Doesn't have any allies in his hand, so suck on that. And I think we'll just discard one of these weapons, just straight up recharge it, just to get it out of the way, try to dig for more blessings and other useful cards. Man, I cannot believe my horrible luck with the goddamned Emerald Codex. That's one party and then another where like I can just never ever draw that stupid card. Alright, Kira now knows that the next stuff is friendly, so she'll just do this. And then, of course, this thing is total garbage, so she will bury it. And then, because I know we're safe... Okay, this is a recharge to explore, but it's also going to be recharged. It's also going to provide 2 dice to close the location, so I'm going to use the other blessing to explore again. And then this thing we're just going to fail to pick up. So now Sajan's coming back up, and then it's going to be 50-50 shot for him of finding the... Well, actually, it's guaranteed he's going to be fighting. There's a monster and a henchman left in here, so Sajan's definitely going to get the business coming up soon here. Okay, the question is, do we keep exploring the Warrens? I don't know how smart that is, truth be told. Let's see, there's two things left in the deeper dungeons. And there's 4 things left in the Giants Lair, but she can't close that place to save her life. I guess if I don't do anything, I'm like not losing an explore. Yeah, I think it's worth it to go, even if it means fighting a monster. And I mean, there's 1 monster on the bottom and there's 2 left, so it's like... Actually, does Lem have Augury? No, he didn't get Augury. Of course, he's not getting any of his useful cards. No Augury, no Necklace of Missiles, nothing. So yeah, we know we're gonna have to fight the monster there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just slow roll the Warrens, I guess. Okay, this is nice. Ooh, this is really good. Yes, definitely want this because the survival checks, being able to auto succeed at survival, is so good later on. So I'm gonna take that, but I'm not gonna explore again. What I'm really hoping happens is that somebody finds the villain in the other location, and then Lem and Sione can just temp close the Warrens. In fact, there's a 1 in 3 chance that we're gonna get the villain here. Of course, if the villain's in the Warrens, that's real bad. Okay, would I have been able to win if the villain was in the Warrens? Maybe, but we would have found out this turn, I think, whether that the place that Seijan was at had the villain or a henchman in it. I don't know, man. That's tough. Okay, so we have to figure out how this is gonna work because because after we fight this, we're also gonna have to fight the villain again, right? The other villain's gonna come back and fight. So I got to be real careful here. This does need to get closed. I hate for him to spend his blessings. Lem has 3 blessings. He's only going to be able to use 2 of them. So even though this isn't like a special blessing, I think this is actually the right way to do it so that we can maximize the use of blessings on the villain fights. Now, Sayone needs to be the one to close the Warrens because that way Lem can help her. Well, actually, they both have a D8 raw. It doesn't actually matter, does it? Yeah, it makes no difference. Wait, what is this? Is this acrobatics? Oh, it's stealth or survival. No, not acrobatics. Okay. Anyway, let's get rid of this Sahedrin medallion. Need a little bit more help. So who else has 3 blessings? 3 blessings? She has aid. He has only 2 blessings. He has only... Ugh, he's actually not in fighting shape at the moment at all. Oh, God, this isn't good. Well, anyway, I think the right person then is just going to be... Who was I looking at? Valeros? Just to provide 2 dice. And that's an auto success now. Okay, so the hard part here is going to be killing the villains because we're going to get -1 for every die rolled, and Seijan only has 2 blessings. Just a little bit uncomfortable, to say the least. So everyone's got to really pitch in. Then the Orb of Storms, that's easy. That's going to help for both of the checks. Actually, is it though? Hang on, because Seijan's not going to be fighting the other villain. Kira's going to have to fight the other villain. But there's no point yet. Seijan's got it worse than she does, I think. So, yeah. We're going to use the Aid and Pharasma combo on Seijan. I think that's more important. And then Incendiary Cloud helps everybody. So Lem can use this without any hesitation. And he's got 2 blessings left. So we're going to use... I'm going to actually use just a Callistria. I'm going to save the Pharasma for Kira. We're trying to hedge our bets here. I'm going to save the Torag for Kira as well. She's got 2 blessings, though, so she can definitely use one of them. Okay, so we need to roll a 30 with this cavalcade of dice. I think that's actually possible. Yeah, we rolled like a 60-something. Okay. But now, definitely, it needs to be Kira fighting the other villain who comes back. So it's actually good that there ended up being 2 people at this location. Valeros could have taken 2 in a row by himself, by the way, but not Seijan, because he's got to blow his load. Wait a minute, what? We have to do this again? Uh-oh, I did not realize that. Shit. Fuck. Uh-oh. We're gonna be pressed real tight. Oh my god, this strength. MVP strength. You know what? I screwed up, though. I really should have actually done this the first time. Then I wouldn't have spent a blessing on this at all. Somebody spent a blessing to help Valeros close it the first time. That was just a grade A mistake. Okay, so Sione... Again, it doesn't actually matter who's doing this because they both have a D8, and Lem can help either one of them. Now the question is, do I spend a resource here? Because what I could do is I could just roll this, and then if this fails, then spend blessings when the other person tries to close it. Yeah, that's definitely the smart way to do it. So we're going to hope to get a good enough value, and we do. But if we hadn't, Lem could have helped himself just as well, and then we could have played a blessing to do that. So now we're going to do the Holy Light, of course, and well, everything. This is it for all the marbles. There's nothing else left after this. There's the Blessing of Pharasma. And then there's just any old blessing. Okay, yeah, this is all we got. Roll 26, please. She actually rolled less than Seijan, so at least I was right in my estimation that Seijan had the easier time of it than she did. But we win! That's the important thing. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if and you did. And if you want to stick around for the bonus times, let's go ahead and... 600 exactly. Let's go ahead and get our stuff for this scenario. So here we're getting our first skill feat after the 4 that topped out our combat stats, and so we have to decide where do we put the other skill feats. Sione has some legit choices to make here. I think the 2 main ones are, well, actually 3. Dexterity, Intelligence, and Wisdom all make sense. There's no one here who's good at Intelligence, so we could give her that. Wisdom is just the best stat overall, and then Dexterity comes up sometimes, like for closing stuff, or for defeating barriers. So I'm actually okay with, like, well, let's see. Valeros is always going to suck at Wisdom is the thing. Like, he's just always going to be real bad at Wisdom. I could give Valeros the Wisdom anyway, just so that when he has to make the Wisdom checks, it's not quite as awful. I could also give Valeros Charisma, but Charisma is just not as important. Okay, I'm going to have her just not that big great at Wisdom, and we'll give her Dexterity. I'm trying to just do some variety here. Now, for Lem, it's obvious Dexterity helps with his bow, so definitely want that. Sejan's obvious as well. Wisdom's his second best stat after Dexterity. And then Valeros, anything is actually legit for Valeros. I'm going to put it on Wisdom, though, just so, because he does often end up having to do the Wisdom rolls, and not often, but like often enough that you notice it. So I'm fine with just giving that to him so that he doesn't horribly suck. And then Kira's easy. She has to end up fighting with her strength a lot, so we're going to give her the strength. Okay, now we're going to have to find some room for items, and we're going to have to make some deep cuts here. We're going to have to cut to the bone. Teleport, I don't think I have enough space. I mean, I could get rid of agility or strength. Those are really just, you know what, am I really going to keep one of them over teleport? Problem is, what do I use this for exactly? Like, just what do I use it for? Moving people around is just kind of nifty, but you know, I don't even use strength that often. Or I mean, I used it that time. It was pretty important, but how often is it really that important? I feel like I keep strength and agility around as just like a just in case thing. Then again, that's what teleport is. It's just like just in case something really weird happens, you need to move people. No, I'm not gonna keep it. I don't think I have enough utility spaces for it. Now the scribe I think is fine. Diplomacy and knowledge. So I'm going to get rid of Troubadour. I think that's just the weakest link. I'm pretty much always going to be discarding it to explore. Cat's junk and Archer's total junk. So we're going to get rid of that. And then these items. Okay, so I can get rid of the Potion of Healing, but now Flask of Shock. Someone's got to take a Flask of Shock. You know, I'm going to get rid of the Ring of Protection. It's great, but I just don't think I can hold on to it. And I think there's another item somewhere in here that someone needs to take. Well, Amulet of Fiery Fist, I don't think Sejan actually wants this thing, particularly. Does he? I mean, it's sort of like a trap, but that's for the Amulet of Mighty Fists. That adds a D4. This adds a D8. That's different. I think it is worth keeping a card in his hand, just so he can use this. The question is, who's going to take the Staff of Healing now? All right, we're getting rid of the Masterwork tools. I mean, they're great, but I don't even use them that often, so we'll just do that. Although, does he want to be the person with the staff? Not really, but we got to give everybody some more item feats. And then we got an orb. Oh, we got an extra item here too. Shit. All right, one more item has to get cut from the team. What is it? It's got to be either the headband or the amulet. The headband becomes so handy later on because everybody has to make these wisdom/survival checks. Amulet of Fiery Fists. I mean, it's useful. It's definitely more fun than the headband. It's not that much worse than a blessing. A blessing adds D10. This adds D8. Oh god, is there really nothing better to cut? I could cut a necklace of fireballs or the Flask of Shock. You know what? Oh, this has the arcane skill, so Sione does auto recharge it. Oh man, oh man, oh! I hate that I didn't take another item feat. Just one more item feat would have made this so much more useful. I could try to hack it here. I could get rid of the Amulet of Life and keep, what is it? Who's got the extra card? And like something like this, and then just get the amulet back later. Yeah, we'll try that. As long as I don't take any items in the next scenario, after we get the card feat that I think we get at the end of that scenario, I'll be able to pick back up, you know, the Amulet of Life and the Ring of Protection and stuff like that. Okay, I'm not super thrilled about how this is going, but we'll see if we can beat the final scenario next time. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and/or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. And yeah, we're gonna get a card feat. So everybody's taking a card feat next time. I don't care what. See you guys soon.